All right, well, Weldon, why don't you lead us off then? Who are your picks in the women's 800?
So women's 800 meters, starting with a tough one, man. This is the most competitive event in the United States for the U.S. women. They're by far the best country in the world of the 800. And we were wondering if they could sweep the medals last year at the World Championships. They only got one medal, but it was golden. Athing Mu, clearly the best 800 meter runner in the world. Okay, everybody, we all agree, right? Athing Mu on the Olympic team. Let's just start easy ones, right? Athing Mu will be on the 2024 U.S. Olympic 800 meter team.
Yes, obviously.
Okay, yes.
Okay, he's trying to act all tough. And then I still think you have the big three in U.S. 800 meter running. You have Ajee Wilson, who's been the best 800 meter runner, non-DSD, for the last decade, or almost a full decade. No, it's a decade, John, right? 2013 Worlds is the first World Championship team she made, correct?
Yep.
And I remember being there. And you guys remember who else was at the 2013 World Championships? A young phenom.
Mary Kane.
And yes, everyone was like, it was like a mob scene around Mary from the U.S. Journalist. And Elliot Denman, a race walk Olympian, longtime journalist from New Jersey. This guy knows his stuff, man. He's like, nope, everybody's looking at the wrong person. And he's like, he's from New Jersey. Ajee's from New Jersey. He's like, that's the one you need to watch for 2016. She wasn't getting any of the hype there. And the one thing she doesn't have is an Olympic medal. She's got a world indoor gold. She makes teams every time she tries out. But can she still do it? She's getting older. And then you've got Raevyn Rogers, who got the bronze medal at the last Olympics. These three all made the team last year. So I think on class and pedigree, they have the best resumes. They should be your team unless somebody can break through and beat them. They had the three fastest PRs of the Americans. So then it's like, the way I view this event, who can break through and beat them? And you've got Sage Hurta Klecker, up and coming. I think she's the next fastest in terms of PR currently, outside of Kate Grace. She may be faster than Kate Grace.
Kate Grace has run 157.2. Sage Hurta has run 157.85. No one else in the U.S. has broken 158 because you have Olivia Baker at 158.05, Allie Wilson 158.09.
I mean, yeah, Olivia Baker's like, I think, number 21 all time in the U.S. Allie Wilson, these people are all running very fast. And then you have, I would say, the two young phenoms. Maybe you can add three if you want to add. You have Rosin Willis, the world junior champion, and Juliette Whittaker, who is she's the U.S. junior record holder, right? So do you guys think, can Sage, can Allie, Juliette, Roisin, can any of them break through and upset the breakthrough? I think that's sort of how you analyze this event.
Yeah, let me set that straight. Juliette Whittaker is the high school record holder. Athing Mu has the U.S. junior record from 2021. But yeah, that's kind of the way it's set up, Weldon, is you have these three women who have consistently made the last two teams. Of course, it's no surprise that you would pick the same Olympic team from 2021. That's one of your go-to moves. But
did I say that's how it was going to happen? I didn't formally put my picks out there, but
okay. You spent 5 minutes. You didn't even make your picks. Tell me who you have as number 2 and number 3 on the team, please, Weldon.
Okay. It was like he was asking us to analyze it for him.
I wanted somebody to show me where I'm wrong here. I'm going through who's going to get beat. Who's the most vulnerable?
I'll step in. This is an impossible event to analyze because it's the hardest U.S. distance or mid-distance team to make by far. You've got 2 of the 3 Olympic medalists. You've got the reigning world indoor champion. And then you've got all these youth stars coming through. Like you said, Willis is the NCAA indoor champion, world under 20 champion, Juliette Whittaker, Michaela Rose, and Sage Hurta Klecker, who was 3rd in the Diamond League final last year, had a fine season in Europe. Here's my thought process. Until a few minutes ago, I had Athing Mu, I had Raevyn Rogers. Raevyn Rogers makes teams. She was a finalist last year. She was an Olympic bronze medalist in 2021, silver medalist in 2019. I just find it hard to believe that she's not going to run down someone for that third spot. So my question is, okay, if Rogers is on the team and Mo's on the team, am I taking a 30-year-old Ajee Wilson in 2024 to make the team? And Wilson always makes teams as well. Like we thought, at Dr. Sander earlier this year, okay, Sage Hurta Klecker is going for the 1K American record. Ajee Wilson's in there. Wilson was still on top, but at some point, surely she has to start slowing down. I kind of think 2024, there might be a change in the guard. And then my question was, do I pick Willis or Whittaker, or do I go with Hurta Klecker? And I was going to pick Willis because I was like, oh yeah, think about what Athing Mu did in 2021. You know, she was a freshman in college and then she ends up winning the Olympics. Like, I'll pick one of those young guns. But I'm like, no. Athing Mu, she's a total exception to every rule. She's one of the most outrageously talented athletes we've ever had in the United States. I can't just say another 19-year-old is going to make it because Athing Mu made it. So I wound up going Mu, Rogers, and I'm going to say Sage Hurta Klecker, who's 4 years younger than Ajee Wilson, gets the other spot on the team. Again, 157 last year, third in the Diamond League final. She is world class. I'm going to pick her for my third spot.
Wait, Sage Hurta Klecker is only 4 years younger than Ajee Wilson?
Yeah. I mean, well, Ajee made her first team in 2013 when she was 19 years old.
I mean, that just amazingly shows how young she was and how good she's been. I would love to be able to pick this one. Obviously, we'll do this again, an update after, NCAA indoors or USA's this year. I want to see where Ajee's at, and I want to see what the Stanford duo does outdoors. They're now with JJ Clark. I think he's one of the best 800-meter coaches. And, see how they keep responding under his training. But there's a long way from 159 to 157.
There is, but they both ran 159 indoors this year as true freshmen in college. Sorry, Whittaker was 2.05. She was very close. They're running times that essentially no collegians other than Athing Mu have run indoors. So do I think it's possible that by the spring of 2024, they're 157? Yes, absolutely. But I think this year is going to be telling for how much progress they can make. And honestly, Wilson could totally make it. It's just kind of boring to me to pick the same three women, so I'm changing one of them up.
You guys know how I've been doing my picks. I'm running it back. But if I was a betting man, and people always say that, I am a betting man. I wish I could bet on this somehow. If I had to bet, I would say it's more than 50% that either one of Ajee or Raevyn doesn't make the team. But I'm not sure who would be on the team, more likely to be the team. So the safest bet is to put those three still on the team. But, God, man, I'm glad I don't run this event.
First of all, it's not always a long way from two flat, from 159 to 157, because Sage Hurta Klecker had never broken two flat until last year when she ran 157. Spoiler alert, I've got Hurta Klecker. I have to have her on an Olympic team. Her dad's emailed me. Her mother, both parents were Cornell alums. Shit, her dad sent us money for the Pan Am protest when we spent thousands of our own dollars to. It's amazing to me that USATF, where the CEO was paid $3 million, we had to spend thousands of our own dollars to get them to pick the right team to go to the Pan Am Games, and then the damn judge didn't make them pay our legal fees. We just did it for the goodness of the sport. Lost a lot of money. Thank you, Mr. Klecker, for Mr. Hurta, for picking us. But I've got her on the 1,500-meter Olympic team.
Oh, okay. Well, Robert, no, the main reason you're picking Hurta on the team, I know the real reason. It's the validation of your theory and Ross McGowan's theory of the couples running well. Sage Hurta Klecker and Joe Klecker got married last year. Your theory is that the woman starts running better in a settled relationship. I mean, she had a great 2022, but the ultimate validation is her making the Olympic team in 2024, is it not?
Well, I guess I didn't even realize that was in the back of my head. But I guess she could be the 800, could be her event because she's run better at that. She's only run like 401 in the 1500. But anyways, I've got her on the 1500 meter team. I was just really trying to pick like which of these young phenoms. We said Rosin Willis and Juliette Whittaker, but y'all have been talking a lot about Michaela Rose. I'm like, maybe Michaela Rose, the LSU sophomore, who also is still a teenager, maybe she's better than these Stanford girls. She's kind of come to the event later. And then I'm like, she's probably, because she's doing the 400 hurdles, I'm like, she's probably faster at 400. So I look up her 400 PB. Michaela Rose indoors this year, 53.65. Rosin Willis indoors this year, 53.65. Exactly to the same 100th of a second. Like, you can't say right now, like, which of those three is going to be the best. I mean, Willis won the world title last year, junior title, and she won NCAAs. But, I mean, Whittaker was doing anchor in the DMR. She's got better endurance. I was tempted to go for Rose and just think, oh, she's going to do it. Maybe Rose goes to the, I was going to say, maybe she goes to 400 hurdles, but that's not, is it anything easier to make the 400 hurdle team, John, than the 800?
I think that's probably even harder, honestly.
So, there's a reason why Weldon and I are twins. I'm running it back from 2021.
I mean, I think Weldon's analysis of that being the most likely team is probably correct. I think if there were any three women combination, that is the combination that is most likely to occur. But I also think his reasoning of that's still that specific combination versus all other combinations combined, it's probably less than 50%. So I'm just going to pick one of the options it's not, even though it's maybe not the most mathematically likely. I think it's a little bit more fun to pick that way.
And these other girls, they've been there for so long. Are they going to get tired of having Worlds, Olympics, Worlds? I mean, Rogers wasn't great last year. Ajee keeps bothering me that we keep hearing about this mysterious element that we don't know what it is that's bothering her. Neither one of them was great last year.